Hey guys, what's up? Magic in the Basement back here. I know I haven't done a video in a couple of days, and I just wanted to apologize. There's been a couple of factors. One, I haven't been feeling very well, and two, blame Nintendo because they just released a silly little Pokemon game that's free to play on the Switch called Pokemon Quest, and it's freaking addicting. But anyway, here's a quickie combo for today. I'm going to do a couple of them just because I missed a few. So I'm going to do a couple in this video. First off, we've got our good old boy Karn, Scorn of Urza. Okay, now this card is showing up everywhere. Like Legacy, it's showing up Commander, it's showing up Standard, it's showing up everywhere, dude. And I understand it's a great card. So what the he does? He's a 4-drop. He's a here. Let me try to get a better view. All right, yeah, there we go. He's a 4-drop planeswalker with 5 loyalty. Okay, so that in itself, and him being a colorless, that in itself is pretty darn good. So let's look at his abilities. He's got a +1. Reveal the top 2 cards of your library. An opponent chooses one of them. Put one into your hand. Put that card into your hand. The other, exile it with a silver counter. So his +1 draws you a card. Okay, so that's pretty good. Granted, your opponent gets to pick the card, but it's still pretty good when you get to draw a card off a +1. Alright, his -1, and granted, look at Karn, he's cheap. All his abilities are freaking cheap. This is one of the reasons why he's showing up everywhere. His -1, put a card you own with a silver counter on it from exile onto your hand. So the card they got rid of with your +1, you can get it back if you really want it, if it's that good a card. And his -2 is create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token. With this creature, gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. So it can come out, I mean, it's not that big of an ultimate in terms of ultimates because he can do it turn 1, but it's still pretty cool because he can come out and make a defender for himself turn 1. Alright, that being said, this is a little synergy I liked with Karn. We've got Precognition Field, alright? Alright, Precognition Field is a 4 mana enchantment, okay, in blue. It's also a new card. It says you may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may look at the top card of your library. You may do this anytime. Okay? That's pretty cool because you can always know what the top is. Granted, remember, this is not a scry. This is not an ability. It's just a static thing. It's considered part of your common knowledge. So it's not an ability. So your opponent cannot do a reaction to you looking at the top card of your library because it's not an ability. So you can look, but they can't respond to you looking. Just saying. Alright, then it says you may cast the top card of your library if it's an instant or sorcery card. This part they can respond to. Also, it's good to note that this ability takes timing of the card into action. Meaning, if it's an instant card, you can obviously cast it at instant speed anytime. So, if it's their turn, you can cast that instant card on their turn. If it's a sorcery card, you still have to cast it on your turn, though. So, there is that to consider. Alright, and then it says exile the top card of your library for 3 mana. So pretty much if you got spare mana, you can get rid of a card if you don't like it. You know it's on top of your library at all times. And if it's instant or sorcery, you can cast it. So the synergy here is being able to always know what the top card of your library is. So when you +1 karn, you get to manipulate what you're going to be +1ing, sort of. You know what I mean? So it's a good way to, stack your deck in a way, your top couple cards. So if you know you need a land drop or whatever, and you look at the top card of your library and it's like a creature you don't need, you could exile it. Look at the next card of your library. Because once you exile the card, you can still, with the 3 ability, you can then look at the top card again. And then if that's the card you need, +1 with karn. Granted, your opponent gets to pick, which of the 2 cards you get. But if they pick the card that you want and exile it, you can just minus karn next turn. So there's some synergy to play around with here. And it's cheap. I mean, that's a 4 mana drop, and he's a 4 mana drop. So it's pretty good. The downside about this is karn $60, and the precognition field's like $1, $2. So this combo is a little expensive, but it's pretty good to play with. It's fun. All right, that's combo 1. Kind of, it's not. I guess it's not a your typical combo. So it's more of a synergy number 1. All right. This is a straight up combo right here. Next one. This is not a standard combo. We've got Flash. Okay, Flash is a good card. It says it's 2 mana for an instance. 2 mana blue. You may cast a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If you do, sacrifice it unless you pay 2 mana cost. Pay its mana cost reduced up by 2. Okay, so that part, in my opinion, you're never going to use that part. That's the first part that says you can put a card into your from your hand to the battlefield, and then you can sacrifice it for free. You're not, in my opinion, with this not in my opinion, but with this combo, you'll never have to worry about paying the 2 because you don't want it to stay around. And then what you do is you flash in your Protean Hulk. Okay, now you don't have to worry about that he's 7 mana because you're flashing it in. Okay, so this lets you put it into play for 2 mana. Okay, granted you sacrifice it, but that's what you want to do. See, when Protean Hulk dies, you get to search your library for any number of creature cards with converted mana cost 6 or less and put them onto the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. With this, you can do game-winning infinite combos because you can get out so many different things. You can get out sack engines. You can get out things that bring Protean Hulk back into play. You can get all sorts of things. You can get Machias. That's a popular one. And the quick thing to remember with this is creatures that have X as their mana cost, like Walking Ballista, for example, it's XX, counts as 0. It doesn't count as converted mana cost 2. It counts as 0. I've checked the Oracle text. So you can pull it out as a 0 cost. So you can still pull out other creatures with 6 converted mana cost or less. Now, that being said, if you're playing something like an Infinity deck, Artifact Affinity, you can pull out as many 0-cost artifact creatures as you want. As many. Okay, so it says any number of creatures with 6 or less. So if they're all 0 artifacts, you can pull out as many as you want, and still pull out a 6 or less drop. All right, so it's multiple cards. So this is a straight up game-winning combo for EDH. I got it in one of my EDH decks. You get your Flash, you play your Protean Hulk, you let your Protean Hulk die. You go and search out your Machias and your Walking Ballista, and then if you you also want a Viscera Seeker, okay, so you can or any sack engine. So then you can just always sacrifice Ballista to Machias, and then you win the game. It's an infinite combo. I'll talk about that combo next. Not today, but next, because I don't actually have my Machias here. I lent that deck to someone else. So I don't have the card here to show you guys. So that I will go over that in the future. All right, so those are the two quick combos for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Um, I messaged the winners of the giveaways, and so I let them know that they won. If you guys did not get a message from me, don't worry, there will be future giveaways. I'm planning to try to do maybe 1 or 2 giveaways a month. Try to, so I don't, it's not overdone, but, it's not too far apart. You know what I mean? So also it gives me time to figure out what to give away, what kind of like circumstances behind it, like if it's a contest or if it's just a comments or I want to make it fun, and fair. So if you guys didn't get a message, don't worry, there will be future giveaways in the future. um, Also on that note, I'm sad to say, but I cannot do international shipping. So if you're not in the US or Canada, I cannot shipped to you. I am very sorry. That being said, I'm going to try to figure out a way to have some sort of contest for international people, because I do a lot of online buying of cards and I have like credit on my accounts. So maybe I can, if I do a contest and an international player wins, I can just let them have credit off my account, and that way they can have it shipped from the site itself. I'll figure that out in the future. But anyway, sorry I've been away for a few days. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick combo, even though it ran over a little bit. And I hope you guys had a good weekend. Get ready for Battle Bond. I think it's going to be fun. Catch you guys tomorrow.